Welcome to Mindful Pilates. And let's begin with our leg weights on. Let me get mine on here. And I just want to say, I don't know about all of you, and I'd love to hear from you, but I feel like my hip and leg strength has gotten much more. I have much more power in my legs than I used to. And I am attributing it to these weights. So today I was at my CrossFit class, and I used to have a really hard time doing these lunges they have us do while we're holding weight, and partly because of my scoliosis. And I've gotten much stronger. I can actually hold it now. So I think we are getting stronger. And that translates then from the whole leg into the hips and into your core. Those of you who are wearing it while we do this series of 5. But that said, really be careful that you feel like your leg weights are not too heavy, because you don't want to be powering your legs around. You want to make sure that you have the strength to move with grace and ease. Remember, Pilates believed a few graceful motions were better than several sloppy ones. So let's begin on our backs today. Those of you who need a folded blanket under your pelvis, you can put it there. I'm hoping you can see me well, and I will try to come watch you as has been requested. Okay, so go ahead and lie on your back in constructive rest. Have your Gertie ball nearby and have your circle theraband nearby. And lay down on your back, shoulders opening broadly. Also, please have your long theraband. All right, let's begin with a few deep breaths, because after my running around, I need a few deep breaths. Okay. On your next exhale, lift your pelvic floor into the body, lift your breathing diaphragm, and feel for your transverse abdominis hugging around your spine. And then soften and inhale. And exhale through your straw, lifting your pelvic floor, lifting your breathing diaphragm, hugging in your transverse abdominis. Make sure you do not change the shape of your spine. Keep a neutral spine. As you continue at your own pace, exhaling through your coffee straw, lifting your pelvic floor and breathing diaphragm, and then softening to fill three-dimensionally. Remember that those of us who learn to turn on this internal core before the external core have much less likelihood of getting spinal injuries. So concentrate on feeling the muscles of your pelvic floor, feeling the muscle of your diaphragm, feeling for that hug of your transverse abdominis. Make sure you do not flatten your lumbar curve as you exhale, which can happen if we exhale more than 80%. And it's okay to exhale fully. Just make sure you don't change the shape of your spine when you do so. Hug around the neutral spine. Okay, on your next exhale, float one leg to tabletop. And inhale, float it down slowly, landing your foot light as a feather. So here's one place you can test if your leg weights are too heavy. If it's hard for you to move either direction slowly, you would want a lighter leg weight. So you exhale slowly up, and just as smoothly inhale, float the foot to land on the floor. Exhale up and inhale down. Fluid breath. Keeping your neutral curve, activating your pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, breathing diaphragm on your exhales. So now we know we can activate our front hip flexors while we keep that inner core turned on. Exhale one leg to tabletop. Take an inhale. Exhale the other to join. Now, if your lumbar curve is flattened onto the floor in this position, or your spine feels uncomfortable, put a low lift under your sacrum. It could be a folded blanket, could be a low block. And now bring your heels together and your knees wide and toe dip at this diagonal. Let your shin toe dip your foot across towards the other side of your yoga mat. Fluid breath. Shoulders stay broad, palms up, arms heavy. Good morning, psoas. Fluid breath. Now here we also want to make sure that our belly doesn't bunch up skyward and that we aren't overarching the low back. Shoulders stay grounded and broad, spine long. Inhaling it down, exhaling up. Bring your legs to face you and place your hands, palms right on your femurs below your knee. Press your palms into your femurs as you pull the femurs towards your chest. It's an isometric. Your hands push, your legs pull, nothing goes anywhere. Here again, feel into your abdominals, hugging in towards the spine instead of bunching up towards the sky. Shoulders broad across your collar. Fluid breath into the work in the torso. And hug your knees towards your chest. Circle them wide apart and back together again. Fluid breath. Take your circles the other way, lubricating the hips before we begin our series of 5. Now today, for fun, reach for your Gertie ball. Bring your Gertie ball against your right knee as you lengthen your left leg out. Hug your right knee into the Gertie ball, lengthening your left leg. And then switch and switch. If you're wearing your leg weights, make sure it isn't too much. Make sure you can maintain your neutral curve. Press the ball into your leg into the ball, even as you lengthen your leg out. Now nod nose towards mouth. Almost lift from your hairline. Feel your front neck flexors also working. Perhaps float your head up to look towards your knees and switch, 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 switch. Float your feet. Reach out through the big toe ball mound and the pinky toe ball mound. Single leg stretches with the ball. And release your head back down. Place the ball between your knees. Flex your feet. Palms up, arms long on the floor. Pulse the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Place your hands on your kneecaps. Toe dip your feet. Reach your wrists away. And tap. And open. And tap. Now make sure you're not lowering the legs too far. We don't tap them onto the ground and then rebound them up. We move smoothly down and smoothly up. Same with the arms. And those of you with shoulder issues, if this doesn't feel good in your rotator cuff, maybe you open your arms out wide and tap the sides of your knees. Or maybe your hands go down while your knees go down and then both come back up. So you find the arm work that's best for you. And come back in. Okay, release the ball. Take your right leg overhead, left leg long in a scissor, and wrap the ball around the back of your right leg and then your left. And switch, 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 and switch. Point your feet. Nod nose towards mouth. Almost lift from the hairline. Stay there. Some of you may be able to float your head off so that a piece of paper could slide under it, but just a piece of paper. Feel how hard your front neck flexors have to work. Make sure your chin isn't jutting skyward. You're lifting from the top of your forehead. Now float your feet and switch directions. Maybe you float your head up. And we pass the ball around our legs. We are working on coordination here. Flex your feet, reach out through the heel, and switch directions with your ball. Fluid breath. Lengthen through the crown. Lengthen through your legs. Good. And lay your head back down. Place the ball either between your knees and ankles. So you can go back to double leg toe dips or single leg toe dips, or place your hands behind your head, rest your head onto your hands, lift your head just a little bit, elbows towards the sky, and lower your legs and lift. And you can flex your feet and point your toes, ball between your ankles. And you will not go as far down if you have leg weights on. Make sure you're not compromising your low back. Work within a range of motion you can keep stable. Lowering and lifting. One more time. Lower and lift. And bend your legs. Let the ball go. And exhale, lift your right elbow, lengthen your right leg, and switch, and switch, and switch. Fluid breath in your yoga bicycles or in Pilates called crisscross. Really reach the elbow for the sky and clear your shoulder blade from the ground. Lengthen the legs out of the pelvis. Fluid breath using both our obliques and our hip flexors. Keep going a little longer. Let's really wake up your obliques today. Make sure your elbows are reaching for the sky, not your knees, because we don't want to compress the front vertebrae. Reach right low ribs to left hip pointer, left low ribs to right hip pointer. And come back to center and float one foot slowly to the floor and then the other. Pause with your three-dimensional breath. This time, don't exhale out through your straw. Just relax your body into the hug of gravity. Okay, let's inhale up and place the Gertie ball or a block underneath your sacrum. Make sure it's under your sacrum and lengthen your right leg out. Okay, so now we relax into opening the psoas muscle, which just did a lot of work. So as your right leg extends, let your right inner thigh rest towards the floor over the ball. Let your navel rest the opposite direction over the ball. Your left leg could walk out wider and the left knee could open wide. Your right foot can turn towards the pinky toe, stretching through the iliacus muscle inside the pelvis. If you'd like to, your arms could go overhead and stretch like you're yawning, really opening the whole psoas pathway. Oh, I have a yawn in me. Take a few more stretches here. Relaxing the psoas open. And walk your right leg back in and lengthen your left leg out. The right knee can stay open wide. Your left foot can turn out towards the pinky. Reach your left inner thigh away from your left side of your navel. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. Relaxing open on the exhales. Now, some of you will be able to extend both legs long over the ball. Others may switch sides again or rest in your bridge pose. Continue to feel for a three-dimensional breath opening the whole circle of your lowest ribs. Sometimes just resting in a gentle stretch will be more effective than really pushing a stretch. Deep breaths into the low abdomen. And then bring your arms back into robot arms. Step each foot in and get ready for bridges. Make sure you don't have a pillow under your head. And you can keep your prop under you if you like, just to have some kind of awareness of how low and high you come. And inhale, lift your pelvis. Exhale, rest down on your prop. Inhale, lift. So if you're using a Gertie ball here, when you come down each time, it can massage the perimeter of your sacrum and your SI joints. So that might feel good to you. So we lift and lower and lift lift, and lower. Now let's lift to the top and pulse the pubic bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stay lifted. Hug your buttock muscles into the ilium bones. Take your prop out and swing. Right hip higher than left, left higher than right, right higher than left, and right. As you lift with one buttock, see if you can relax the other one. We want to be able to tell when we're active and when we're not. Fluid breath. Really trying to feel for one active buttock, one relaxed buttock. Now come back to center and pulse your pubic bone skyward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Isometrically draw your heels towards your buttocks. Feel your hamstrings turn on. Press the four corners of your feet into the floor. Lift your hips a little higher. Isometrically draw your heels towards your buttocks and switch directions, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips. One more time. Draw your heels in towards your hamstrings. Press into the four corners, lift your hips, and lower your buttocks to the floor. Come into somatic walking, lifting your left hip and then your right, taking left knee out over the toes and then right. It's just a gentle rocking of your hip. One side of your pelvis stays on the ground. Your feet stay on the ground, and your knees reach out over your toes when their same side hip lifts. Fluid breath. Long spine, releasing the low back. Take your feet as wide as your mat, arms overhead, and let your knees fall off to the left. Reach out through your right knee. Lengthen your psoas pathway again on that right side. Deep inhale into the psoas. Exhale, relax open. 3 more times. Inhale the stretch. And exhale the relax. Fluid breath. And exhale through center. Take your knees to the right. Stretch through the left knee. Take the left inner thigh away from the pelvis. And relax. And inhale the stretch. And exhale the relax. When you relax, relax your jaw, your eyes, the muscles of your face as well. And exhale your knees back to center. You can place your Gertie ball under your sacrum again if you want a little support for single legs. So those of you who might want to try single legs, but you're not sure if you can maintain the bridge, you could put the ball under you. I just did that. Lift your one leg towards the sky. Ground from shoulder to elbow and lift and lower. Those of you who liked the massage of the sacrum, you might like the ball underneath you. You can't lower quite as far, but you can focus more on the lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex your foot, lower your heel. Point your toe and lift. So those of you who want hip strengthening, here it is. Fluid breath. But you have to make sure you can maintain a level pelvis. You're not dropping the left buttock as you lower the left heel. And one more. Lift to the top again and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower your pelvis onto your prop or the floor. Bend your knee and step down. Lengthen the left leg out over your ball. Inhale, arms overhead, and stretch one more time. Think of all those front abdominal exercises we started with. We want to stretch the psoas open equally as much. Step back in with your left leg, lift right leg towards the sky, and lift and lower. lift and lower, strong from shoulder to elbow. Gaze perpendicular to the floor as you continue to lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and hold, pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, flex your heel, lower, point your toe and lift, keep your pelvis level, flex and lower, point and lift. So those of you who need support, you can rest down onto the ball, and make sure that you're working on an extended leg, lowering and lifting a little bit. So it can be a modification, or it can be something you're lifting off from. Come back up and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower and step down. Lift off. Oh, wait. Take your right leg long. Stretch your arms overhead. Another deep breath into your myofascial matrix. Relax. Take a breather. Okay. Let's lift up off the ball, lower down. Again, hug one knee into your chest and the other. This time, circle your knees together and feel a massage of the perimeter of your sacrum. Take your knees the other way. Fluid breath. Sorry, Susie, I didn't bring my yoga therapy ball. So we'll have to save yoga therapy work for Friday. Hug your knees in, nod nose towards mouth. Lift or almost lift from your hairline. Extend up through your crown. Breathe into your low back. Now, if you have neck issues, you could bring your hands behind your head. Lengthen your neck out into an almost neutral curve with your head just off the floor. So you could support your head and still get the curl of the lower body, the curl of the low back into the floor. Breath into the low back. Okay, release down and reach for your circle theraband if you'd like to use it, and place it up over your legs. So we are going to come into tabletop next, but we're going to add proprioceptive awareness to the legs and a little extra work for the hips if you want to. Okay. So none of these extra props are required. You'll still get a really good workout without the theraband and without the leg weights. Keep the neutral curves to your spine and make the intention of keeping your sacrum still. So a glass of Shasta daisies could just sit there on your sacrum, and open your right leg to the right and lower it. Open like a dog at the fire hydrant who isn't lifting its leg too high. And go out and in one more time. Out and in. And this time when you come out, pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now reach your foot up towards the ceiling and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw the leg back down, and again, open out to the right and lower. Open and lower. Keep your sacrum still. This is number 3 and 4. On 5, hold, and then pulse. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and hold, and lower down. Let's take it to the other side. So keep your Shasta daisies still on your sacrum. Open your left leg and close. And inhale and exhale. And lift and lower. You could exhale and inhale. One more. And lift up and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lower. Lift your foot up towards the ceiling and press on the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower knee to knee. Open doggy at the fire hydrant and close. And open, close. Breathe. Keep your spine long. And this time when you lift, hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. And lower down. Woo. Okay. Roll back for a moment into your child's pose. Take a breath or two. If you'd like to, walk your hands around to the right, stretching your left side body. Fluid breath. And walk your arms around to the left, stretching the right side body. Deep three-dimensional breaths in around the bones, through the fascial web. Okay, reach for your lighter hand weights. Bring them up, and we'll try this again with the hand weights. So take your hand weight into your right hand, ground your left hand, and float the right arm up. Pause, lengthen your spine. See if you can float the left leg into doggy at the fire hydrant. And lower, and lift. Lower and lift. Continue. Good breath as you lower and lift. This time when you lift, hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. And release. Switch sides. First, lift your hand weight. It's out to your side, arm along, wrist lower than shoulder. And lift your right leg. And lower both. And lift. And lower. And lift. Fluid breath. Strong body. And lift up and hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. And release. Roll up into your downward dog. Walk your dog. Fluid breath. Notice how if you're wearing the circle theraband, you may be more aware of tissue around your leg where the theraband's hitting. Part of why we use these devices is to build proprioceptive awareness. So feel the back of your hamstrings. Feel the outer leg, the front quad. And walk your feet forward. Bend your knees a lot. Rest your belly on your femurs and interlace your arms at the elbow. If this is not accessible to you, take your hands on a coffee table or the back of a chair and pull your spine back, tractioning for length. Those of you who can lift your sit bones and maintain belly on your femurs, you can go ahead and do so. Let your spine traction out. So we did this a lot in yesterday's yoga. So let your spine hang long. Feel for spaciousness between the vertebrae. And bend your knees, reach for your hand weights, and float up. Okay. So now I have to lift my screen a tiny bit. Okay. So now I want us to try some standing work while we still have the leg weights on. And then we're actually going to come back down. We're going to do a little arm work, and then we're going to come back down to the floor. Sorry, I'm a little bit backlit today. Okay, so come to standing in your mountain pose, maybe with your legs a tiny bit wider. Find your shoulder blades on your back and bicep curl your arms and release. So those of you with shoulder issues, if you can find a good placement for your head of your arm bone, this is the arm work you could always come back to if the other arm work doesn't feel good. Now lift to one toe and lower, lift to the other toe and lower. Now see if you can float the knee and lower. If you still have the theraband on, it'll be a little harder to lift, and don't feel like you have to lift as high. More focus on stabilizing your arches in the standing foot. Shoulder blades strong on your back, head resting back, heart lifted. So you can stay with these if these feel like, okay, this is good work for my body. Or take your right leg out to the right, lift your arms out and lift the leg out. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Fluid breath. Find a pattern. And now lift and hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Really lengthen out from your pelvis in every direction. And release. Step out with the other leg. And float up and lower. And lift and lower. Really grounding into the four corners of your standing foot. Feel for your arches. And lift and hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold and release back down. And bicep curl, lift a knee and release. Let your head rest back. Shoulder blades firmly on your back. Fluid breath. Okay, now walk to one side of your space or one side of your mat. Bend your knees, bring your arms up. You're coming into your ski tuck. So your humerus bone can be parallel to the floor or elbows a little lower if that's better in your shoulder girdle. And open wide, step wide. Pause here. Feel when you're here how you lift the inner arch of your foot as you press out into the theraband or the imaginary theraband and close your arms and legs. And inhale, open, and exhale, closed. And inhale, and exhale. And the more of a kind of tuck you come into, the more you will also be working your quads. But listen to your own knees about how far to go. Fluid breath. Out and in, out and in. Getting a little bit more blood flowing. Come back to your center and come into more of a tuck or come into a tabletop with your spine, knees still bent, and straighten your arms back. Now, if you want to lift to a little heavier hand weights here, you can. I only brought this one set. Bend your arms, lower your arms, lift. Remember, keep the head of your arm bone lifted and open. So we never drop this humerus bone towards the floor. We lift and straighten, bend and lower, lift and straighten, bend and lower. Don't straighten and drop the head of your humerus. Keep the head of your humerus up. Protect your rotator cuff. Now lift and straighten and hold. Lengthen out through your knuckles. Lengthen the neck out of your collar. Lengthen the neutral curves of your spine. And take a few more fluid three-dimensional breaths. You can do that while you stay in this position, or you can lower your hips and lift. Keep your arms still. Lower and lift like you're doing a squat and lift. 2 more. Last one. And lower your arms and come up. Roll your shoulders. Okay. Let's take off the circle theraband if we're still wearing it. You can use a piece of furniture for balance, but I'm noticing a lot of you aren't doing that lately. So if you'd like to use hand weights for proprioception instead for our leg series, then pause here. Take one leg straight back. Okay, turn your palms forward, bicep curl and lift your toe and release. Lift and lower. Maybe inhale and exhale or exhale and inhale. Fluid breath. And we're going to call that 8. Take your leg out at your 45. Open your arms into an L with the right arm forward, left arm out to your side as you lift the right leg back. And 2, and 3, and 4. Keep your crown lifting. 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Step down. Take your right leg out to a T. Lift and lower. Inhale and exhale. If this position isn't good for your arms, remember you could bicep curl and still get some arm work in. Fluid breath. And last one. And step in. Now bicep curl, lift the knee. If you'd like to, straighten the arms overhead, straighten the leg. Bend the leg, step down. Bicep curl, knee lifts. Leg straightens, arms lift. Bend, step down. And 3, lift, bend and lower. 4, lift, bend and lower. I think 5 is going to be enough for this one. Lift, bend and lower. Pause, feeling into both sides of your body. Fluid breath. Okay. Take your left leg back. Bicep curl and lift and tap. Lift and tap. Keep thinking of lifting your low ribs away from your pelvis. Lengthen the low back, even as you're reaching out through your lengthened leg. So stretch your myofascia here. Good. And step down. Take your left leg out at your 45 back. Your left arm forward, your right wing open, and lift and lower. And 2, and down. 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Keep your spine long. 7, and 8. Take it out to the side. Float up and down. Inhale and exhale, or exhale and inhale. Float. Let the marionette puppeteer lift your arms and leg, but also lift you from the center palate. And step down. Bicep curl, knee lifts. Arms up and straighten. Bend and step down. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, or exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Last one. And step down. Pause in your mountain pose. A fluid breath. Stand on your left leg. Float your right knee forward. Bring your arms up. And ride your choo-choo train. So we usually do this standing on a block. But today, we'll just lift the knee and circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now go backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm off balance. 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Let's try the other side. Find your balance on the 4 corners of your standing foot first. I'm talking to myself here. Let the marionette puppeteer lift you from center palate and circle. 2, 3. Banks of the river help. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So do not too big of circles. Okay, release your hand weights, or you can keep the light ones and bring in a heavier one. I brought my 10 today. Some of you have been liking doing the kettlebell lifts. We can do that with a weight or a kettlebell. You bring it between your legs, and you come into this kind of squatting position, but it's not here where you're dropping your belly, and it's not cat curled like this. It's a long neutral spine, okay? Long neutral spine, legs a little wider. So you can bend them, reach down for your hand weight, lift it up. Now look at my shoulder. I'm not lifting to here. I'm lifting up and keeping long. Look how high my head of my arm bone is. And lower the same side. And lift. And lower. And lift. Lower and lift. Keep your spine nice and long. Your quads are working because you're in a squat. Fluid breath. And lift and hold. Feel your shoulder blade firm on your back. And release. Stand up for a moment. Shake it out. And then we'll switch sides. Okay. Come into your squat. Make sure your spine's in neutral. And as you're ready, your other hand can rest on your femur. Lift and lower. Yeah, so I'm going to watch you for a second. That looks beautiful, Karen. Fluid, nice. Yeah, looks good, good, Debbie. Try to keep your pelvis really still. Keep that long spine. Bend into your knees if you can. Don't let your head drop forward. Keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. If you're going to hinge down lower, hinge from the hip. Make sure your supporting shoulders giving you good support. Yes, these look great all around the room. Beautiful. Some of you look like you're in a really good, healthy position, so you could try a heavier hand weight. Okay, let's switch sides again. Let's do 2 rounds today. And as you're ready, lift and lower. Fluid breath. Concentrate, feel into your body. Lift and hold, shoulder blades firm on your back, long spine. Ground evenly into both feet, feel for it. And then put the hand weight down. Stand up, shake it out. And then we'll try the other side. Long spine, we lift and lower, lift and lower. Fluid breath. You're building strength throughout the myofascial matrix because you're doing this work asymmetrically. Really grounded into both legs. And hold when you lift. Even the weight between your legs. Lengthen out of your pelvis. Broad shoulders. And release. Come back up to standing. And shake it out. Let yourself really shake. Shake your hips side to side. Shake your hands. And then figure 8 your hips. We did a lot of good work with the core. Some good work with the back hips so far in class today. Fluid breath. Keep going. Forgot to bring my little clock, so I'm going to check the time. Okay, we've still got 12 minutes. Take your figure 8s the other way. Fluid breath. Okay, so for these last 12 minutes, I'd like you to come back to the floor, take off your leg weights, and bring out your long theraband. Have your Gertie ball as well. Okay. Well, we did quite a bit for a day that started off with a challenge. Okay. Long theraband, Gertie ball, constructive rest. Oops, I'm out of the picture. Okay. All right. Laying back, make sure that your gaze is at neutral. So it's perpendicular to the floor when you get there. Your heels are aligned with your sit bones. And your back is in its neutral curves. Beautiful. Okay. Now, take another deep inhale. Oh, this is right where we started today. Exhale, relax into the hug of gravity. Let your whole back release into the hug of gravity. Palms up, external rotation of your humerus bones. So look, you're in that same position we were aiming for with that final arm weight work. Next, exhale, blow out through your coffee straw, lift your pelvic floor, lift your breathing diaphragm, feel for the hug of your transverse abdominis, and take a few more breaths like that. Let the breaths be long, slow, smooth, and even. You don't have to crunch up around your neck or through your shoulders or clench your jaw as you exhale. Try to still relax even as your inner core engages. Remember, this inner core is of equal or more importance than the outer core. Okay. Reach for your long theraband. Bring it up over the ball of your big toe and pinky toe on your left foot. Hold the theraband evenly in both hands on each side of the foot. If your theraband's long enough, let your humerus bones rest on the floor and begin to pendulum your foot. Poor Mike is in trying to do his soil science computer work in the other room. I hope I'm not too distracting. Fluid breath. Feel for the head of your femur bone moving in your hip socket. Remember, as your foot comes up, your femur bone goes down towards the floor and down towards the foot of your mat. Feel for that motion. Create a freedom in the joint. Okay, now hold it up. Your arms can tighten in on the strap a little bit. And keeping your right knee pointed towards the ceiling, take your left leg out to the left and bring it back to center. Ground the four corners of your right foot. Ground your right shoulder. Keep your right knee still as your left leg pendulums out to the left and comes back in. This is core awakening work. One more time. And come back in. If it's comfortable, lengthen your right leg on the floor. Take your left leg across to the left, down towards 6 o'clock, up and around towards 12. And do your circles. Keep your right leg engaged on the floor. Right shoulder engaging away from the leaning left leg as it goes out to the left. Let it be a nice lubrication of the hips. Come back to the top and take your circles the other way. Fluid breath. Remember, your circles could be the size of a clock face, a small clock face, or the size of a beach ball or a hula hoop. You get to decide, but try to find a circular motion instead of a blob. And come back to 12 o'clock. Bend your left knee in towards your armpit. Enjoy half happy baby for a moment. Some of you will be able to take the strap off and hold happy baby. And some of you may want to open your right wing and open your left leg out to the side of your head in a supine birds of paradise. So you stay wherever it's a good stretch for your hip. Make sure you can take 3-dimensional breaths into your fascial matrix. And then exhale. Lift your right leg back up. Your left leg back up. Step your right foot in. And draw just a small circle, like the size of a soccer ball. Draw it across towards your right side first from 12 o'clock. And then take it to the left. Okay, so we are moving towards single leg circles in Pilates. It's an intermediate exercise. Lengthen your right leg out if you'd like to, and circle to the left again from 12 o'clock, to the right again from 12 o'clock. Fluid breath. Circle right and right and right. Come back to 12 o'clock and circle left and left and left and left. Come back to 12 o'clock. Hug your knee in to runner stretch and lengthen your right leg out on the mat. Feel the difference in your body side to side. It's amazing the changes that occur. Step both feet back in. Lift your right leg up. Bring the theraband over your big toe and pinky toe ball mounts. And as you're ready, pendulum. Your humerus bone resting back on the floor. Really engage the head of your arm bone back so that you practice opening your upper back, opening your front chest while you're here. So we practice healthy postural alignment in this position. You have your neutral lumbar curve. You don't flatten it as the leg comes up. Spend some time feeling for mobility in the hip joint, the fascial tissue open enough to allow for that. And then come back up and draw a small circle to the left first from 12 o'clock. Feel how you stabilize for this small circle. How do your shoulders and your hips respond? How does your standing left foot respond? Take the circles the other way. Now ratchet in on the strap a little bit. Keep your left knee still and take your right foot out to the right. Focus on the four corners of the left foot. Come back in. Focus on a grounding left shoulder, left low ribs reaching away from the extending out right leg. And again. So continue to do this, feeling into your own body for what creates stability for the movement. When we don't have stability, we end up with more injury. So where are you creating the stability? And come back up. Now lengthen your left leg out. Take your right foot towards the left, down to 6 o'clock, and back up the right side. Drawing a circle. Could be the size of a soccer ball, or a beach ball, or a hula hoop. Fluid breath. Notice how your myofascial web responds. Come to 12 o'clock and take it the other way. And coming to 12 o'clock, draw your right knee into half happy baby. Maybe you take off the theraband and hold the foot. Rest here for a moment, feeling into your pelvis. And then as you're ready, if you'd like to, open your left arm and your right leg out to the right, supine birds of paradise. This is not required. You could stay in a happy baby. And then draw back in through, happy baby. Let go your right leg. Let both legs extend out on the mat. Shoulders balanced. Hopefully hips feel more balanced. Deep breaths. Fluid breath. Let yourself relax. Let your bones float in the myofascial matrix. How spacious can your breath be? And step your feet in. Bring your arms into robot arms. Inhale, lift your pelvis. Pause in your bridge. Deep breath. And release your pelvis. Hug your knees in, circle them wide apart and back together again. And lift your legs and arms and shake. Shake your legs, shake your arms. Feel for that release down into your torso. So feel as your legs shake, tissue that's shaking in your pelvis and your belly, maybe around your intestines. And then feel through your arms into the rib cage and the upper spine. Let the jaw relax as you shake, inviting the tissue that may still be hypertonic to let go. And then hug the knees in one more time. Breathe deep into the low back. Relaxing on your exhales. And roll over. Come up into your downward dog. And walk your dog. Fluid breath. Notice how you feel at the end of class today. Walk your feet towards your hands. Ground into your heels, bend your knees, rest your belly on your femurs, and interlace your arms at the elbows the different way. Allow your head and upper body to waterfall over your legs. Maybe lift your sit bones into a full forward fold. A long, fluid spine is what we're after in Pilates. Strong, mobile. Bend your knees and inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale your hands down to the heart. I don't think I can go back far enough. Continue, take another deep inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale. One more time. Remember, Pilates thought of the breath as a cleanse. Inhale it in and exhale down. All right. Nice work, everyone.